Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final game of the 4th annual Jowl Panther Invitational as the home team Jowl Panthers take on the visiting Clovis Christian Eagles. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Fulco Trucking, Woolworth Community Library, the City of Eunice, Eunice Pump and Supply, actually the City of Jowl. Eunice and Jowl played a minute ago. City of Jowl, Eunice Pump and Supply, I was getting ahead on my list. Lavelle Insurance, the Jowl Clinic, Quality Transportation, Delaware Water Company, Nana's Cafe, Panther Energy, and the Panther Drive-In. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle as we fill in tonight for Adam and Jackson, getting ready for the start of this one. Jowl at their own tournament is 1-2 as they won Thursday against New Mexico Military 55-32 and then lost a pretty tough game to the Hobbs JV yesterday 40-35. Now, on the other side of things, you've got the Clovis Christian Eagles. They are 2-0 in this tournament. They wiped out Loving 57-47 before they had a tough game against Eunice yesterday, 41-36. Jowl, a very uncharacteristic 6-5 so far on the year. They have played a pretty tough schedule. Clovis Christian, which is a 1A school, so a little bit smaller school, they are 11-2. So going to be a pretty tough matchup tonight for the Panthers, Dawn.
Yeah, definitely. But they want to come away with this win. It's always important. There's a lot of pride on the line when you host your own tournament, and you want to come away with that win. The Jowl girls, by the way, lost just before this game. They lost. It was a hard-fought battle and a lot of contention in the last couple of minutes. Some
in a
arguing.
Jowl game? I can't believe that would happen.
Arguing over some of the fouls and the reffing and just different things. But the Jowl girls lost 41-29, which means Eunice won. So a Lee County team won.
Hey,
but,
it was almost a no-lose situation.
That's right.
There.
But coming into this one, now the fans, a lot of the fans, staying here. Eunice emptying out of the gym, the ones who came for the girls' game. But I noticed Clovis Christian has traveled very well. In fact, we know that from having to park about half a mile from the gym.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am parked down at the old admin building.
Yeah.
So
between the Eunice crowd here for the girls and then the Clovis Christian crowd here for the boys, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm out. I'm way out there. I'm back by the community center almost. So, hey, we're here. We got here. We're set up. We are ready to go in this one. The Panthers and the Eagles of Clovis Christian. Dawn, of course, the last time you and I saw the Panthers, we were forever and gone, darn near in Arizona,
right.
in Gallup. For the it was the first round game. I can't believe that was a first round game last year up at Rehoboth Christian. So, a heartbreaker in that one for the Panthers. But getting back into this one, a lot of guys back, though, for Coach Emmy Lujan.
They are.
And this Panther squad, Jacob Lujan, Nobert Cervantes, Yuli Cervantes, Ethan Sandoval, Alex Xavier Catillon, Ito Arroyo, all seeing significant minutes for the teams that have gotten into the playoffs first and then gone so far, including a state championship game appearance a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Jacob Lujan is really the big star, but this team is pretty deep. They've got good talent, good support. Jacob leads scoring with 17.5 points per game. He leads steals at 3.7 per game, blocks 0.7 per game, and leads free throws. Alex Xavier Catillon, though, has your best field goal percentage, 50%, and leads in free throws. And Brandon Houston is the rebounder at 3 per game. So, again, you've got some good support. Yeah, they lost some guys from last year, but mostly it's seniors and juniors on this roster this year for Jowl.
Well, and Coach Emmy Lujan has, had them for the entire time and has really, coached them up and gotten them ready to go. Jowl is in one of those kind of phases right now where they have got a lot of great athletes. Of course, the last time you saw most of these kids was on, well, if you remember, if you've thawed out from that ball game up in Texaco.
Yeah, it was a very cold night, but Jowl came away with that state championship in 2A. And yes, they were certainly led by great athletes like Alex Xavier Catillon, the quarterback, and of course, they just got several of these guys on the same playing basketball as played football. So Jal, yes, full of great athletes. Hey, when you grow up and you're in a small school, you learn how to play all the sports because there's really nothing else to do, and it's a good use of your time. You end up as being a pretty good, well-rounded athlete in several sports usually,
for sure.
Boys or girls.
And usually keeps you out of trouble. That is the hope.
Jal's going to have to really work on containing Carter, and I don't know how to say that exactly. Is it Tayoun?
I believe it's Tayoun.
Okay, so Carter Tayoun is the big gun for Clovis Christian. He's their leading scorer at 18.8 points per game, 46% field goal percentage. He's their leading rebounder at 5 per game and steals 5.1 per game. Noah Gershon is the number 2. He leads in assists, so you know that he's going to be feeding the ball to Carter, and Gershon has 4.2 assists per game and leads in blocks as well. And then Brock Tayoun is also on that roster, but it is, and they carry about the same number of kids on the roster that Jal does. But it looks like, we'll have to see them in action. But if Jal comes out and really works on containing Carter Tayoun, they'll have half their battle done.
Well, and that will, as I think you mentioned, be the key. You've got to slow down their best scorers, make somebody else beat you. So I don't guess we're going to have an anthem or an introduction of the squads.
They probably did that before the girls' games.
Maybe. So you've got Jal in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers. Clovis Christian in the road navies with the gold letters and numbers. So starters out there for Clovis Christian. You've got number 20, as you mentioned, Noah Gershon. Number 10, Jaden Martinez. Number 15, Carter Tayoun. Number 22, Obi Blanco. And number 33, Easton Adair. For your Jal Panthers, Alex Xavier Carrion, he will take the jump. Ito Arroyo also out there. Norbert Cervantes. Jacob Lujan going to be on the court as well. And I'll catch the rest as we get there. And the opening tip-off will be controlled by the Panthers, and it'll come back to Jacob, and he leaves it off for Cervantes. Norbert will bring it up into the front court, swings it over. Also out there is Gabriel Juarez. So moving it around with Arroyo. Arroyo to Lujan, then back to Cervantes, top of the arc. High pass, dangerous, but corralled to Alex Xavier, and trying the little give and go, but Alex Xavier pushed it to the corner, and Arroyo was cutting inside, and so that'll be the first turnover of the ball game. Jal getting good pressure, but coming up empty. As inbounding, it'll be Adair, and into the front court come the Eagles. They'll give it on a little give and go through the lane with Blanco, and the ball is going to be knocked away. Good defensive coverage underneath. Juarez knocking that one away at the last moment. It'll stay Clovis basketball.
Good clean block right there.
So Martinez to inbound it, and on the inbound, 3 ball on the way up and out by Gershon, and the rebound will be made by the Panthers.
Rebounding's going to be key for Jal. Denying Clovis second and third looks at the basket.
Move it around to Arroyo. They'll get it in the hands of Lujan. Now back out to Cervantes. High inlet to Alex Xavier. Carrion throws the fastball cross court, and a backdoor cut pass stolen away by Clovis Christian. 2 turnovers quickly for the Panthers, as moving through is Tayoun. High off the glass, won't go, and the rebound is going to be made initially by number 20. That is Gershon, and then a foul going to be called. And they are going to call the hold, actually, on Gershon. That'll be his first personal, first team foul, and that'll be a turnover on the offensive foul. A minute gone in this one, still no score. The two teams kind of trying to feel each other out. New Carrion, move it near side for the Panthers for Arroyo. Now into the deep corner, Alex Xavier throw the fastball underneath, and that is going to be a block as Arroyo tried to put it up and just got it taken away from him. Clovis Christian comes back down the other way. Adair to Tayoun at the free throw line. Now into the deep left corner for Gershon. He'll cycle it out as Carrion gets there quickly. They'll reset the offense with Tayoun between the rings. Then come near side to Martinez. Jal going for the steal. Gets a man open. Gershon from the left wing. 3 on the way. That one not going to go in. Lujan with his second board of the ball game. Lujan with the behind-the-back pass. 10-footer on the way and off the glass for Alex Xavier Carrion. And the Panthers strike first. Exactly 2 minutes gone in the first. They lead it 2-0.
Yeah, making the fewest mistakes. That's what Jal wants to do.
So back down come the, why do I keep wanting to call them the Warriors? They are the Eagles of Clovis Christian. Tayoun needs some help. He's getting trapped up. He is going to get it. No look pass to Martinez. Left wing for 3. That one is going to clank short. And coming down with the rebound is Juarez.
And cleaning off the glass, and those rebounds I said early, they're going to be key, and they have so far for Jow.
Into the front court comes Cervantes. Hits it to Carrion and then near side to Arroyo. Arroyo swings it back near side to Lujan. Lujan to Carrion, deep left corner. He'll drive left base, uses up the dribble, in trouble, needs some help. Coming back to help out is Lujan, and now they'll bounce it around, work it around. To Lujan, top of the arc, 3-ball on the way. That one is off the mark, into the hands of the rebounder Arroyo, and the putback is good, and the Panthers up early, 4-0. Had a man underneath to rebound, and it worked out like they wanted it to.
Exactly right. That offensive rebound's going to be just as important as defensive.
5 minutes to go. Martinez, top of the arc for Clovis Christian. They'll move it around to Adair, and they'll give it off to Tayun. Tayun comes to the free throw line looking for some more help to Blanco. Now they'll reset. NBA 3 on the way for Gershon, and it's in and out, but a bad foul as Alex Xavier pops him one. His first personal, first team foul, but that is a 3-shot foul. Bad foul there. That one had no chance of going in. But he's going to get to go to the line for 3 attempts is Gershon. Gershon missed the shot but gets the foul. First one is on the way and gets that one to roll over the iron, and it is good. And Clovis Christian on the board, 4-1.
And a lot of time off the clock in this one to be so low scoring. 4:45 left in the first.
Second on the way. Gershon gets that one to go. He's got 2 points in the ball game. Subs checking in for the Panthers is Yuli Cervantes and Jesus Carrion going to come into the ball game. As coming off are Juarez and Arroyo.
And Carrion will go into the left side blocks for Jow.
Third one on the way, and that one is going to be short. Fight for the rebound. It is loose on the floor. Controlling it is Blanco, but then he's going to get tied up, and they are going to call jump ball, and Clovis Christian will maintain possession on the possession arrow. So Clovis Christian gets another shot at it. They trail 4-2 over our Jow Panthers. 4-2 the scores we mentioned. That one knocked away on the end. Adair, though, gets to it. Working around to Martinez. Tayun thinks about the 3, then tries to go inside. Bad pass. Adair gets to it and almost stolen away. And there'll be a foul called on Clovis Christian. They are going to call the push foul. They're going to whistle that one on Adair, his first personal. That'll be the second team foul on the Eagles. 4.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Carrion gets it, tosses it off to Cervantes. Cervantes to Cervantes. And underneath to Carrion. They lost Alex Xavier, and he made him pay on the left base, up and in off the glass.
Beautiful moves.
6-2.
Good communication on that, too, by Jow.
Panthers in the lead. That's what you get, though, when these kids have been playing together basketball. Whoa, good hustle play and almost a steal there for Jacob Lujan.
And proving why he's leading the team in steals. He's just so quick, so quick.
Happens when the coach is dad, and a timeout going to be taken. And it will be just a 30. We will keep it right here, and I will finish that thought. Yeah, I mean, these kids have been playing organized basketball together at the school level since the 7th grade. And, of course, a lot of them before that, little dribblers and things like that. A lot of these young men, they know exactly where their teammates are going to be because that's where they always are.
They've worked out those moves. They've done it in street ball as well as in the gym and then during games. So, yes, it's very helpful to have, kids that are athletes together in different sports. You get accustomed to communicating, not just from, not just the moves, but the communication about everything, the telegraphing, the body language and everything. It's all important.
And the positioning, everything. And so Clovis Christian will get it out of their timeout. And into the front court come the Eagles. Martinez needs some help as Carrion comes over to harass him. Cervantes will stay on him. He'll hand it off to Gershon. Then back out to Tayun. Tayun looking for somebody to get free, and it'll be Adair as he cycles from the left to the right. Then coming to Blanco. Blanco to Gershon. Carrion on him. He'll go into the left block, and a charge going to be called. Going in and getting the feet set is Carrion. That'll be the second turnover for Clovis Christian. And they're going to call the charge on Gershon. That'll be his second personal, third team foul on Clovis. And Gershon going to have to sit, and checking in his place will be Van Beek.
Getting him in a little bit of foul trouble is a good thing because he is one of the big guns for the team.
3:41 to go in the first. Jow up 6-2. Hadn't found their offensive rhythm yet. but they are in the lead. To Lujan, to Carrion, into the offensive zone to Cervantes between the rings. Uses up the dribble. Gets it to Cervantes. I've got a law firm out there. I like it. Cervantes and Cervantes. Hippity hop through the lane. Underhand bounce pass to the right base and up and in by Alex Xavier. He's got 6.
And that was great. That bounce pass was key. It was a soft one, a really soft, sneaky one, and Alex Xavier was right there.
No Martinez to the front court as Clovis Christian back in the offensive zone. Swing it near side to Van Beek. Van Beek will throw the fastball to Tayun. Tayun with Lujan on him tight, looks to make his move. Tosses it out. Van Beek drives right base and tosses it over to Adair and steps on the line and out of bounds. Third turnover for the Eagles. So back over to the Jow Panthers, who lead this one by 6, 8-2. 2:54 remaining here in the first quarter. To Alex Xavier, to Cervantes. Cervantes to Cervantes, working the near side in front of the Clovis Christian bench. Now to Lujan. Bounce pass into the deep right corner. Lujan back, gets it back. Cervantes right corner for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And the long rebound brought down by McKay. Pardon me, that is Blanco, his second. Puts up a wild shot. It won't go, and Carrion with the rebound in front of the bucket. Back down come the Panthers.
Clovis a little cold shooting, and the Jow D denying them some second and the looks at the basket. That's good.
To Cervantes, takes it to the free throw line. Now out to Carrion, deep right corner for 3. That one is going to be off the mark and off the bounce. The high rebound by Martinez. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Jow up 8-2 over Clovis Christian. Tayun, top of the arc, uses up the dribble near side. Van Beek. Into Martinez. He thinks about the 3, thinks better of it. Back to Blanco. Now to Van Beek. Now top of the arc. Martinez thinks about the 3, but Cervantes gets to him quickly. Near side to Adair. He moves in. Knocks over Carrion. No call, and he will get it up and in. Easton Adair, his first points of the ball game, make it 8-4.
Yeah, I think they're even. I think the refs missed calling a foul on Jow just a couple of minutes ago. So
90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Jow up 8-4, NBA 3 for Lujan. That one is off the mark, and the rebound finally controlled by Norbert. Cervantes to Carrion as Jow will reset. They are dominating on the glass so far in the first. To Lujan, who will work against Van Beek. Now to Cervantes, left wing for 3, and bang! Norbert Cervantes.
Beautiful. We could see that just headed to sail through the basket. Nothing but net from our perspective. Good shot.
11-4, the Panthers in the lead. Under a minute to go here in the first. Blanco takes it to the right base, and they are going to call the foul. It'll be a floor foul. They're going to whistle that one on Yuli Cervantes, his first personal, second team foul on the Panthers. Waiting to check into the ball game will be Brandon Houston. He'll come in, give Carrion a quick breather. Van Beek will come out, and Barnett will go in for Clovis Christian. The foul was on the floor. So it'll be Clovis Christian basketball. Tayun to inbound it from in front of the Panther bench. Lujan comes over to keep an eye on him. And the inbound will come to Adair. Gives it right back to Tayun. Tayun flips it out to Martinez. And they'll take it into the corner with Adair. On him very quickly is Carrion. Adair dribbles it out, uses it up, and bounce pass stolen away. And back down the other way comes Cervantes. Little hesitation, moving up off the glass, and good. So force the turnover, get the steal, and bring it back down. Jow up 13-4, a 9-point lead, their biggest of the ball game.
Making points off of the turnover, that's what you want.
Tayun uses up the dribble to Martinez, then flip it to Adair. Left baseline, goes in and gets the bucket and the foul. He got around Carrion and made him pay. Adair now with 4 points, and he'll go to the line for the and one. They will call that one on Jesus Carrion, his first personal, third team foul. So Adair to the line for the and one. Adair will put it up and gets it to roll home. So gets 3 the old-fashioned way, as they say, 13-7. Panthers in the lead. To Houston, who just checked into the ball game. Back to Cervantes. Cervantes to Cervantes. He works it left to right. Throws the fastball inside to Lujan, and the reverse layup is up and in. Jacob's first bucket of the ball game.
And a nice move, just muscled right underneath the basket through the lane. Beautiful.
And we have played one here at the Panther Invitational. Jowl up by a score of 15-7. Say a big thanks to Fulco Trucking, Woolworth Community Library, City of Jowl, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lavelle Insurance, the Jowl Clinic, Quality Transport, Delaware Water Company, Nana's Cafe, Panther Energy, and Panther Drive-In, making Jowl Panther basketball all season long possible. We'll take a quick timeout and return with the second quarter. This is Panther basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. And welcome back to Jowl Panther basketball here on the Jowl Panther Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Panthers up 15-7 in the final game of the Jowl Panther Invitational. Jowl basketball with Houston inbounding it to Cervantes. Cervantes gets it back after a quick pass back out to Houston. Houston throws the fastball and they'll throw it underneath, trying to get to Carrion, but it'll be knocked away and stolen away. Fourth turnover for the Panthers. They do lead though, 15-8. To Blanco, a little step back three on the way, and it's good. Blanco makes some pay, found a little room, and the Eagles strike first here in the second.
I think what they're doing is they're going to take their shots a little quicker instead of getting set up. Jowl's defense is keeping out of the paint.
Lujan from the free throw line, and it is up and in. Something tells me over the years Jacob has spent a lot of time at that 15-foot range, right in front of the strings. Blanco takes it into the right corner, runs into trouble from Cervantes. They'll move it around with Barnett. And they'll throw the fastball. Blanco again, top of the arc for three. That one off the mark. And Houston will come down with the rebound for the Panthers. 17-10, Jowl in the lead. Under 7 to play in the first half. Gershon, Tayoun waiting to check back in, and we'll have a foul called. And they are going to whistle that one on Blanco. His first personal, fourth team foul on Clovis. What is on the floor as Tayoun will check into the ball game.
And Cervantes comes out for us, Uli.
As Xavier Carrion goes back into the ball game. Ito Arroyo also checking in, and Gabriel Juarez. So you got your starters on the floor again. Lujan, Juarez, Carrion.
6:50 left to play in this second quarter.
Cervantes hands it off to Arroyo, takes it left to right. He works against Tayoun, almost loses the basketball, but pushes it over to Carrion on the far sideline. Xavier uses up the dribble, underhand to Cervantes. He'll drive through the lane, no look pass. Thinking about it, Arroyo, he'll drive in. Now he'll get it out to Cervantes in the deep right corner, and bang!
Oh, a great series of moves, keeping the ball away from Clovis and moving that ball exactly where they wanted to take that shot.
Second tray for Cervantes. He's got 8, leads the way for the Panthers. They're doubling up the Clovis squad right now, 20-10. As Gershon back in the game to the free throw line, uses up the dribble, flips it to Adair. Getting to him quickly is Lujan. Long cross-court pass knocked away by Arroyo. A dangerous pass. They were trying to get Jowl sleeping on Tayoun, getting him open in that right corner. Good hustle play. Tayoun will get the inbound from Blanco and then get it to Gershon. NBA 3 right wing, and that one is good.
Gotta give it up for that. That was a beautiful shot. Nothing but net.
5 points for Gershon in this one. Makes it 20-13, 7-point Panther lead. 5:40 remaining here in the first half. To Cervantes, right corner again for three, and bang! Back-to-back trays, Norbert Cervantes. You get a three, we'll get it right back. 23-13, Panthers in the lead. 5.5 to go, first half. Behind the back is Gershon. He works against Carrion. Very tough defense. And we are going to have the charge called as going under and planting the feet and getting the charge is Juarez. So it'll be a turnover for Clovis Christian, and they're going to whistle the foul on Gershon. That'll be his third. And it will be the 5th team foul on Clovis. Did a nice job under there setting the feet before the contact came.
Yeah, that's twice Jal has been able to do that with different players.
To Cantillon, give it off to Arroyo. Arroyo almost gets the pocket picked. A little reach there from Tayun. He got all ball. It was clean.
From behind, poked it through. Jal may be able to keep on.
To Arroyo, to Cantillon. Now over to Cervantes, throw the fastball in, trying to get it into Cantillon. Bad pass.
Time.
And it'll be back the other way. Turnover for the Panthers, number 5. Martinez to Tayun, NBA 3 right wing, and that one is good. Not afraid to take those long-distance tray balls. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Lujan. Couple of 3 balls heating up. It'll be a 1-minute timeout. We will keep it right here.
It is interesting that in this second quarter, all of a sudden, Clovis has fixed a little bit of their shooting problems. They were shooting 3 of 14 in that first quarter. They made 3 baskets of 14 attempts from the floor, not counting free throws. They are 3 of 3 shooting so far in this second quarter, which is young, and Jal is 3 of 3. But Jal made 8 of 13 attempts from the floor in that first quarter.
So Jal with a much higher percentage in the game than Clovis Christian.
And Jal leading in offensive rebounds in that first quarter as well. 6 to only 2 for Clovis Christian.
All right. And so Jal had 6 rebounds in that first quarter, and so all 6 of them, I guess, offensive.
2. Actually, I think it was 2. It's 4. I was looking at my total rebounds. So it was 4 offensive, 2 defensive.
So Coach Lujan takes the timeout to try and cool things off a little bit on the suddenly hot shooting Clovis Christian Eagles team. It'll be Panther basketball out of the timeout. Cantillon will inbound it to Cervantes. Jal still up, though, 23-16. Cervantes to Lujan. They'll move it around. Arroyo winds up controlling. Uses up the dribble. They'll throw it to Cantillon, deep left corner. Back out to Cervantes. Oh, and that one almost knocked away. Nolbert gets back to it. Push it into Juarez. To Cantillon. Drives into the low post, and he'll flip it out. Left wing for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark and into the hands of Tayun. Back down comes Clovis Christian. Tayun takes it coast to coast. Puts up the hook. No good, and Arroyo with his second rebound.
Close to goaltending there.
Ito will take it out himself and move it around. Cervantes now controls. We at the halfway mark of this second period. Literally a fastball into Juarez. To Arroyo, left wing for 3. That one is going to be off the mark, and it'll be Martinez with the rebound.
And suddenly, Jal with some cold shooting woes.
Martinez feeds it out. Tayun winds up with it. Uses up the dribble out to Barnett. Barnett, though, goes and slips and trips on the floor and loses the basketball. 6 turnover for Clovis. Jal can reset. Jal up by 7 with 3:40 remaining in the first half. Final game of the Panther Invitational. Move it around and work it to Arroyo. Little underhand pass, and that one knocked away and last touched by Lujan. He had a chance to get it, but he thought that Clovis had touched it last. Each team now with 6 turnovers.
Coach Lujan barking out lots of instructions for his guys. He's going to pull a couple of them off the floor, put Uli Cervantes back in, and it looks like
Jesus Cantillon
and Rubio.
Rubio in, Cantillon back in as well. And Cantillon as the Blanco at the free throw line, and it is up and good. Blanco now with 5 points. All of them in the second quarter. Clovis Christian trying to mount a comeback. Cervantes into the front court, tosses to Rubio, to Cantillon. Now to work it around Cervantes. They're keeping a hand on him, and a reach foul coming in is Tayun. His first personal 6-team foul, so Jal will go into the bonus on the next one. This is where you want to get into attack mode, especially down low when you've got Cantillon and Cantillon.
Yeah, and Clovis Christian has adjusted somewhat. Instead of hanging on to the ball, as soon as they get down in range to take a shot, they're shooting that ball. They're not letting Jal get set up defensively in the paint.
As they flip it around, Cervantes with it, gets clipped, no call. Back to Cervantes. That's Uli. Uli to Nolbert. Goes behind the back, works against Tayun. Now they're going to try and trap him up. He uses the dribble. Throws it over, Cervantes to Cervantes, and he will bounce it off the legs of Tayun. Trying to back the pressure off a little bit.
As, this Clovis Christian team, very well conditioned, and they're moving around. They're they're matching the speed of Jal now. The quickness and the speed.
Panthers do lead 23-18. 2.5 to go in the first half, and a little sidewinder pass that gets tipped. That Lujan will control it. Cervantes, NBA 3 left wing, and bang! Norbert has his fourth tray of the ball game.
And two of them from just about exactly the same spot. If you put an X, I bet it would be that X where he was shooting from two of those 4 times for
Panthers
sure.
stretch it up to an 8-point lead, 2:13 remaining in the half. To Adair near side. Now give it to Blanco, feeds in and loses it off of his knee and then his ankle.
It's a good break, although the defensive pressure by Jal was good on that, but a nice break. Jal needs to take advantage of this and start stretching this back out. You know, a 10-point lead against this team feels like nothing.
You are correct. Cervantes to Lujan as the Panthers will bring it into the offensive zone. Back to Carrion. Alex Avery will flip it to Yulee, then to Nolbert. Give it inside to Carrion to Carrion, then back out top of the arc. Thinking about the 3 ball, and they'll flip it to Jesus. Jesus gets hit.
Bounce pass.
Bounces it over into the deep left corner for Yulee, and last touched, I believe, by Martinez. Coach Lujan just said we're getting our butt kicked over there.
I think he wanted Alex Xavier to go ahead and take the shot because he was right underneath the basket. And I think that was a frustration.
And he could have pulled the foul and, had the point-blank look. So they'll get it back to Alex Xavier. Tayun comes out to guard him. To Cervantes, going to try and trap him up in front of the Clovis bench. Flip it out, then a bounce pass behind the back out to Cervantes. Nolbert will leave it off for Alex Xavier. 1:25 to go in the half, and a travel, the little extra slide step taken by Lujan.
It was subtle, but it was there.
So the turnover gives it back to Clovis Christian as Blanco will check back into the ball game for Adair.
Just a minute 23 left to play in this second quarter before the half. This has been a very fast-moving game so far.
Panthers up by 8, 26-18. $1:22 to go. Tayun into the front court, gives it off for Martinez. They'll push it out to Blanco as Carrion comes out to guard him. Flip it over to Barnett, little head fake. Now to Tayun. Lujan stays right on him. They wanted the walk, didn't get it. Now to Barnett, left wing for 3, and that one will rattle home. Somebody is living right. Kimber Barnett with the 3-pointer.
Jal faithful mad thinking that basket shouldn't have happened because they wanted that travel.
To Lujan. Cycles it right to left under pressure from Clovis. They have really picked the pressure up here in this second quarter.
Pressure and the speed.
To Cervantes, left wing for 3, and that one off the mark, and Blanco with the rebound, his third. Blanco will leave it off for Tayun, who will bring it into the front court with 30 seconds to go. Uses up the dribble and going to have a fight for it at the free throw line, and they're going to say jump ball, and it stays Clovis basketball. The Clovis faithful wanting the foul, but nice job there by Lujan to tie up the ball. I don't know how, if Tayun if he'd have taken a deep breath, that would have been a foul. He'll toss it out. Martinez thinks about the 3. He works it around to Blanco. Now tosses back to Tayun on the far side. 20 seconds to go. Just checking to the ball game. Linganau back to a shooter, and that is Martinez with the 3 ball, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game with 10 seconds to go in the half. 26-24. Jal in the lead. To Cervantes. Bounce it out to Lujan, NBA 3, top of the arc, and that one is off the mark. No rebound as the buzzer sounds. We have played a half here at Panther Gym, and the Panthers leading the Eagles of Clovis Christian 26-24. We'll take a quick timeout, work on some numbers, and return. This is Panther Basketball on the Jal Panther Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Jowl Panther basketball here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel at HobbsAmerica.com with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle sitting in for Adam and Jackson tonight. 26-24 Panthers in the lead at the half. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half for the Eagles of Clovis Christian under Coach McKay. They have 3 guys with 5 points apiece. Noah Gershon with 5, Easton Adair with 5, and Obi Blanco with 5. Everybody else has 3. Kimber Barnett with 3. 3 for Carter Tayoun, and 3 for Jaden Martinez. Leading rebounder right now for Clovis Christian is going to be Blanco. He's got 3 rebounds, only 7 rebounds as a team for Clovis Christian in the first half. They go 3 of 4 for 75% from the free throw line in the first half. Turn the ball over 7 times as they score 7 points in the first, 17 in the second. That's how they get to their 24 on the board. For the Jowl Panthers, leading scorer right now is Norbert Cervantes. He's got 14 points, 4 of them. So 12 of those points, 4 3-pointers. So 14 points to lead the way for the Panthers. Alexavier Kenyon with 6 points, 4 for Jacob Lujan, and 2 for Ito Arroyo. Arroyo, Jacob Lujan, each with 2 rebounds apiece. Only 8 rebounds as a team for Jowl in that first half. They did not get a single opportunity at the free throw line. Turned the ball over 7 times, get 15 points in the first and 11 in the second for their 26 on the board.
Yeah, and as far as shooting from the floor goes, Lovington kind of Lovington, yeah. Clovis, I'm actually thinking between Jowl and what's located between Jowl and Clovis? Lovington, right?
Lovington, yeah,
That's
there you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Clovis, of course, after shooting pretty cold in the first quarter, they fixed that. They were 3 of 14 in the first quarter. They were 6 of 8 in the second quarter. They really were making and taking good shots and making them count, whereas Jowl lost some ground there. They were only 4 of 10 shooting in that second quarter. They were 8 of 13 in that second, and that does not count, at the free throw line, which they didn't go. Clovis did go to the free throw line. Offensive rebounding, again, Clovis flipped it on them in that second quarter. They improved. They only had 2 in that first quarter. They had 3 offensive rebounds in the second quarter, but mostly Clovis was making their first shots. They weren't needing second and third looks at the basket. They denied Jowl second looks at the basket, though, by doing that, and Jowl was able to put up only 1 offensive rebound in that second quarter.
Wow, and that's pretty important.
The rest of them were defensive rebounds, but only 1
and I think
offensively.
And I think that's why you see what you see on the scoreboard with the Panthers at one point up by 10, now just up by 2 at the half. So going to be important to make some adjustments. The Panthers, I don't think, were quite ready for Clovis Christian's pressure that came out in that second quarter. Because they went from, kind of running a man zone in the first quarter to running not quite a full court press, but a trap press, half-court trap press against them in the second. And Jowl looked like they'd never seen that before and were a little bit confused and, didn't force a lot of turnovers, but it kind of got them off rhythm and off sequence.
Yeah, it did. Definitely, you could just see the momentum shift toward Clovis Christian a little bit in that second quarter. So we'll see the adjustments that Jowl will make coming back, and if they can get back to the form that they had in that first quarter.
Of course, getting a couple what I like to call clean living threes doesn't help.
That's
true. With Barnett just kind of heaving one up there to see what happened. Gershon just kind of heaving one up there to see what happened.
And one that looked like it was going to pop out and then pop back in. And Jowl's shooting went a little colder in that second quarter, and that included a couple of 3 looks too.
Well, it did in the second quarter. Well, the only 3s Jowl has gotten, Norbert Cervantes, he has 4 of them. That's all the 3s on the board for the Panthers, although they have had a couple other guys take some looks at it. So we'll flip into the court and see what happens as Clovis Christian will come back out to see what's going to happen as they look to go undefeated here at the Panther Invitational. Jowl looking to go 2-1 at their own. It's in a true tournament. It's more kind of like a modified round robin almost.
Well, Artesia just played host to something that they just called the North-South Shootout.
That's right, and the northern teams played the southern teams.
And it was nice, and I think I like to see that, actually. You're making best use of your school's resources, your travel dollars. If you're going to take a big road trip from north to south or south to north, or catty-cornered across our big state, then, have 2 or 3 teams go and then play 2 or 3 teams while you're down there. Find a school that hosts it and have a little shootout. Not a true tournament, but I like it. And
I did hear, actually, our friend Gene Dow talking about this. And, Gene, if you're listening this evening, there is no such thing as the first annual anything. I'm sorry. It's the first ever. It can be an intent. Next year, it can be the second annual.
It can be an inaugural. That's what a lot of it says. The inaugural.
Yes. But there is no such thing as a first annual. But apparently Coach Mondragon in Artesia came up with this in conjunction with the coach in Taos for that. And so it's going to switch. It'll be the same 6 teams every year.
Right.
And it'll switch from the south to the north, north to the south.
Right.
So next year, apparently, it will be in Taos.
That's all right. Gene will find several things that we've both said
over the years
to pick us up, pick up on, I guess.
I'm sure he will. But from Lovington this afternoon to this evening here at Panther Gym. Always great to be here at Panther Gym. It's amazing how far this gym has come from the first game I called here 17 years ago.
Oh yeah,
it's
a really beautiful gym.
The crow's nest is still there, but I'm not going up there ever again if I can help it. But
right.
Yeah, JAL has done a lot of great work on its facilities over the years, and we are proud to be here bringing this to you, and we couldn't do it without Fulco Trucking, Woolworth Community Library, the City of JAL, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lavelle Insurance, the JAL Clinic, Quality Transportation, Delaware Water Company, Nana's Cafe, Panther Energy, and the Panther Drive-In. And I know Adam does work at the Panther Drive-In. I don't know if he's working tonight, but it is very good food over there, by the way. Nana's is excellent, too.
They both are. We've eaten at both and recently, and it's been lovely. And the people at the Panther Drive-In were super nice and really big fans of JAL Athletics.
Yes, they were. Maybe not so much us, but they liked Adam because he worked there. No, I'm kidding. But, hey,
great, nice people.
Great to have
you
with.
And good food, yeah.
Yes, it is. Great to have you with us tonight wherever you happen to be. Do subscribe to your JAL Panther Sports YouTube channel. That way, we can monitor and track things a little bit better. But we always do this free of charge for you. We don't charge anything because of those great sponsors that we just mentioned and that you see there at the bottom of your screen. So about 90 seconds away from the start of the second half. We'll take another quick timeout. Come back and continue. This is JAL Panther basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Welcome back to JAL Panther basketball here on the JAL Panther Sports YouTube channel and on the JAL tab at HobbsAmerica.com with Dawn Morgan and TJ Miracle sitting in for Adam Juarez and Jackson Ramos this evening. It'll be Panther basketball to start the second half. They lead it 26-24 and going to have to come out and do what they did to start the game, come out on fire. See if they can stretch this back out, what was once a 10-point lead, down to just 2.
Yeah, they really felt in command in that first quarter at the start of the game.
To Canion, he'll control it, takes it into the left block, uses up the dribble, though, to Cervantes, right wing for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. Alex Xavier, though, with the rebound.
Great rebound.
Puts it on the floor, and he'll get it out to Jacob, who comes in with a little 15-foot push, and it is up and in. Lujan with 6 points, and JAL will draw first blood here in the third quarter. Full court press now on for the Panthers as Gershon will push it through, gets it to Blanco, and he'll throw it across the court, and it'll go out of bounds. And last touched by Clovis. Good pressure applied by the Panthers. 8 turnover for the Eagles. No, it'll be Cervantes off the inbound. He'll bring it, run the point. Brings it up over the green-eyed Panther at center court. They'll move it around to Catillon, now into the corner, Lujan. They try and trap him up. He'll throw it over to Cervantes. Right wing again for 3. That one is going to clank off the iron, and the rebound is going to be made by Blanco, his 4th. Feed it forward to Gershon, to Tayun, and he will take it up in the right lane, and then the underhand scoop is up and in. Tayun, their leading scorer, just with 5. But now 28-26 business is picking up here at Panther Gym, as they say. So Catillon to Lujan, now out to Arroyo. Ito uses up the dribble. He'll work it inside to Juarez and then keep working it around. And Cervantes will back it out. Tayun comes over, keeps an eye on him as Arroyo. Little poke there, not called. Alex Xavier directing traffic. Fastball inside, bad pass, and that'll be a turnover for the Panthers. That'll be their 8th of the ball game. So now Clovis Christian comes down with a chance to tie or take their first lead of the ball game.
We talked about making fewest mistakes. Turnover's a mistake.
And the 3 ball, that one is going to be off the glass and into the hands of Catillon. He gets his 4th rebound of the ball game.
Yeah, nice rebound, too.
Alex Xavier to Cervantes. That one swatted at by Tayun. Alex Xavier keeps it. He'll throw the fastball inside, and that one is going to be intercepted. And they'll throw it to a breaking Tayun. Ooh, that should have been a travel, but he'll put it up and in instead. So Tayun with 2 quick buckets on the fast break out the steal, and Coach Lujan goes, nope, we're going to settle this one down. And for the first time since the start of the game, Dawn, we're tied.
Yeah, and this is an excellent time. This is the best time to take a timeout, right? And when you're the coach, I mean, he's got plenty of things to tell him and things to say, but basically you want to just stop the momentum of the other team. They've just tied it up. They've got the momentum. They've made 2 shots and actually have missed only 1 from the floor. And your team has only made 1 shot, taken 3 shots. So, yeah, it's you know,
yeah,
lots to say and a good time to try to cool Clovis Christian down.
Clovis Christian going to try and continue their hot streak with 5:56 to go in the third, and they have crawled back from a 10-point deficit and have this one tied at 28 apiece. Catillon will inbound it to Cervantes.
Catillon did have a really good offensive rebound in that one, though. That was nice.
Yes, he did. And, Alex Xavier almost loses it. He's got the big wingspan, though, and is able to corral it. As Lujan to Cervantes, inside to Juarez, and then the bounce pass, trying to get the no-look bounce. They got it in the right spot, but it was just a little low, and so that'll be the 3rd consecutive turnover for the Panthers.
It was a little low. Catillon had moved up to a little forward too much to be able to reach back and get that one. Almost great play, right?
Houston will check in for the Panthers. Catillon going to take a quick breather.
Y'all got to shut down the turnovers.
Gershon to Martinez, into the front court comes Clovis. Now back out to Gershon, to Tayun on the Panther. Cervantes giving him a little bit of room. A screen set up by young Blanco, and he'll get the rebound and push it out and driving in and putting up the wild shot. It'll go out of bounds, and Jowl will control it. Blanco with his 5th rebound of the ball game, but give it back to the Panthers. Right now it just looks like the Eagles have a lot more energy out there than Jowl does. Still tied at 28 apiece, though, with 5:17 remaining here in the third. So Houston will inbound it to Cervantes as Nolbert into the front court gives it to Lujan. Back to Houston. Going to be in the power forward position. Jesus Catillon is also checked into the ballgame. Catillon at the free throw line. A little 10-footer fall away. Jay, no good, but he's fouled. Clanked it off the back of the iron too hard. Under intense pressure, and that whistle going to be on Gershon. That'll be his 4th personal. He's going to have to sit, I would think, for a while.
All right, and that's he's one of the starters and the stars of that Clovis Christian team.
First shot for Catillon is up and good, and that is Jowl's first attempt at a free throw tonight. It comes with 5:01 remaining in the third.
And a good make, so good job. Let's see if Catillon could make it too.
Catillon gets the first as Barnett will check in for Clovis as Gershon has to go sit. Second for Catillon is up and gets it to roll home.
Very nice.
Hey, it's not pretty, but you'll take them any way you can get them. Zadariel inbound it to Tayun, gets it to Martinez, still in the backcourt, back to Tayun. He'll flip it forward. Martinez will save it off of the tip by Cervantes. That's the dribble down, tries to go through, and he's going to get tangled up, and they're going to say the travel.
Yeah, and it was a good, I think if it hadn't been a travel, it would have been a tie ball as Nolbert came in. Cervantes getting a hand on it and did that without fouling him.
So Houston to inbound as Yulee will check into the ball game. He'll come in for Arroyo.
Chow needs to make every possession count here. They need to stretch out their lead. Just 2 points ahead of Clovis Christian right now.
Got Houston, Cervantes, Lujan, and Cantillon on the floor for the Panthers. So Houston with it. Looking for some help as Tayun keeping the pressure on him. Yulee to Lujan, NBA 3, left wing on the way, and bang!
Wow, beautiful shot.
9 points in the ball game for Lujan, his first 3 ball. And Jal has stretched it back up to a 5-point lead, 33-28. Tayun uses up the dribble, but coming over and back to help is Martinez. They'll reset with a dare between the rings. He'll flip it to Blanco. Blanco, deep right corner. Barnett thinks about the 3, but he'll give it off to Martinez as Cervantes picks him up quickly. And a bad pass. That one going to be corralled, though, by Blanco just before the backcourt violation.
Yeah, Jal didn't have anybody in that backcourt back there, which
and
they shouldn't.
And a battle
anyway.
between Lujan and Blanco, and they're going to call the push foul on Jacob, his first personal. First team foul on the Panthers.
I will say this, there have been very few fouls called in this game. It's been a very fast-moving game, but it's been played pretty cleanly by these teams, both of them.
Yes, it has. Just 9 fouls called in the whole first half and just 2 so far in the second. We're at the halfway mark. Into the deep right corner with Barnett. They'll get it over to Blanco, and he'll drive in and running over Cantillon as he'll draw his second charge of the ball game.
One at one end, one at the other. Did it just the same in almost the same spot in the lane.
10th turnover for Clovis Christian, 3rd time. 3 of those 10 have been charges that Cantillon or Juarez have taken.
Well, Jal needs to take advantage of it, make it count, come down and make a basket.
Get it around to Cervantes, bounce it back out to Houston.
2 or 3, we don't care.
Now out to Lujan. Now into the deep right corner, Cervantes. Fastball into Cantillon. On
nice.
The bounce pass, give and go, but too much pressure for Cervantes to get the layup. Now they'll bounce it to Yulee. 3 right corner, and that one is off the mark. And Blanco with the rebound, his 6th.
That ball got tipped just a little bit out of his hands, and I think that made the difference.
Back down as Alex Xavier prepares to check back in for the Panthers. Oh, it'll be Martinez controlling in front of the scorer's table. Now to Blanco, top of the arc. A dare. Wide open look. Doesn't take it. He'll hand it off to Tayun. Gets a little wild, but manages to settle himself down. Now to Blanco, NBA 3 left wing. That one is off the glass and off of the tip. Still loose, and it'll go out of bounds. Alex Xavier Cantillon will get it. Who touched it last? They're going to say Clovis Christian touches it last.
It's a good break.
Nope. They're going to say Jal touched it last, so right. Clovis will keep the basketball.
That's why I said it was a good break, because I didn't think that was the right call. And I would like for Jal have the ball, but nope.
So it'll be Tayun with it. 2:40 remaining in the third. 33-28, Panthers in the lead. That's, almost a half-court shot, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound. It will be on Clovis Christian, so there won't be any rebound on the play. And they're going to whistle Austin Lindenau, his first personal, 3rd team foul on Clovis. So it'll be Jal basketball. Snowbird will check off. Nope, he'll just come down in defense. Coach McKay wanting a bit of an explanation on the foul. So Alex Xavier slings it into Lujan. How many times last year in football did we say Lujan to Cantillon on the handoff?
Right.
Kind of working a little bit different here. So Cantillon with it. They trap him up. Jesus to Alex Xavier, now into the corner. Cervantes, 3, and bang! Norbert Cervantes, his 5th tray of the ball game. He's got 17 and leads the Panther charge. 36-28, back up to an 8-point lead for the Panthers. 2:10 to go here in the third. The Gershon, who's playing with 4 fouls. I think I might go after him on the other end. To Martinez. Tosses off to Tayun right in the Panther at center court. Under 2 to go in the third. Takes it out, gives it to Gershon on the far sideline. Alex Xavier giving him a little room, but not a lot with that wingspan. Martinez controls. Now over to Lindenau. Lindenau throws it inside to Tayun, and he'll just have to cycle it out. Lujan stays on him. Clovis kind of taking the air out of the ball just a little bit.
Right.
As Gershon flips it off, Tayun, little head fake to the right wing, 3 on the way. That one's no good, air ball, and Cantillon comes away with it for the Panthers. He'll leave it off in the backcourt for Lujan. as Jacob just going to walk it up as we click towards 1:15 remaining in the third.
Clovis with some shooting woes. They're only 1 for 5 now in this third quarter.
Cantillon with it, pushes to Lujan. They pick him up quickly. Dangerous bounce pass. Cervantes with it. He'll sling it back to Lujan. Drives into the paint. Puts up the underhand scoop. No good, but he's fouled. Jacob will head to the line for 2.
Just needed just a little more oomph to be able to push that in there, but we'll take the foul.
And they're going to call that one on Lingenau, his second personal, 4th team foul. And the Panthers back at the line. Jacob Lujan, his first trip to the stripe tonight. He's got 9 points, looking to get into double figures from the free throw line. 1:01 to go in the third. Lujan bends the knees, puts up the first, and gets it to roll. I thought he'd gotten it too hard, but it took kind of a funky hop off of the support that holds the rim on and then spun through the threads. So now the Panthers back up by 9, 37-28. 1 minute remaining. 10 points in the books for Lujan. Jacob's second shot on the way, and that one will be good. So now 38-28, back to a 10-point lead. The Panthers have stretched things back out here in the third.
Less than a minute to play, though, in the third.
Pressure on, flip it forward, get it to Gershon. He'll push it underneath to a wide open man who makes a nifty little move. That's Noah McKay, the coach's kid, and he'll put it off the glass good. Breaks a long scoring drought for the Eagles.
That's right. They're actually only 2 of 6, and now 3.
So into the front court comes the Panthers. Cantillon to Cervantes. Stayun will pick him up quickly. Just have to push it back out to Alex Xavier. He'll bring it from the left to the right. Now out to Yulee. Cervantes to Cervantes. Thinks about the 3. Into the corner, Lujan, and then trying to get it into the paint. There to save it is Cervantes. Dangerous pass and a bowling shot to Nolbert, and he'll push it underneath the Jesus off the right glass and up and in.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play and a great assist.
With 5, with 4, with 3, with 2. Gershon, that's Barnett from NBA range, puts up the 3 ball, no good. And after 3 here at Panther Gym, it is Jow 40, Clovis Christian 30. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. This is Panther basketball. And welcome back to Jow Panther basketball as we head to the fourth quarter. Panthers leading 40-30 over the Clovis Christian Eagles. This game was tied earlier in this quarter, but the Panthers with a 14-point quarter to just 6 for Clovis Christian, stretching it back out to a 10-point lead.
Clovis Christian made 3 of 8 shots from the floor, and Jow made 4 of 9 shots from the floor. Each team had 1 offensive rebound in that quarter.
So you'll have Cervantes, Cantillon, Lujan, and Cantillon on the floor for the Panthers as Adair will push it out to Gershon out there with 4 fouls. He'll put up a 3 ball, and he will roll it home over Cantillon. So Gershon still out there playing even with the 4 fouls. He's got 8 points, leads Clovis Christian. 2 Panthers in double digits as Cervantes will get it. That's Nolbert. Nolbert hands it off to Lujan. Cantillon tries to set the screen. They'll get it over to Yulee. Yulee underhand it to Cantillon. That's Alex Xavier. Alex Xavier hands it off to Nolbert. Nolbert cycles it from the left to the right. Gershon on him. I think I might try to attack in as Adair with the reach, but Jesus will save it. Jesus, the no-look bounce pass to Alex Xavier, then toss it out to Lujan. Top of the arc, 3 for Yulee, and it is off the mark, but into the hands of Cantillon. Jesus needs some help. Come back and get him. How did he do that? Between the legs. Wow, and a 3 for Cervantes and bang!
And Jow made it count off the offensive rebound. He's made that score.
That hurt looking at Jesus go through his legs to get that back. And then the 3 ball. to Gershon. Little head fake. He'll take it to the left block. Long cross court pass to Martinez. He'll pull the trigger from the right wing. It is in and out. And Alex Xavier with the rebound, his fifth.
Nice. Good to deny Clovis Christian that second look right there.
43-33. We are a 10-point lead still for the Panthers. 6:20 to go. The Panthers can afford to just kind of take their time. Set the offense. Alex Xavier hands it off to Lujan, to Cadion, and they'll give the give and go to Lujan, and he'll drive the left lane and up and in. 13 points now for Jacob Lujan. 45-33, 6 minutes to go. To Adair, and he finds a wide open lane on a nifty little spin move and puts it in. Credit where credit is due. That was pretty.
It was. They caught Jal. They got a little decoy going there, and Jal was not anywhere near him.
Still a 10-point Panther lead, though, 45-35. As Lujan to the right wing, he will work against Tayun. And Cadion going to get popped in the face for his trouble as Adair going for the ball, but gets Jesus in the nose. It'll be a floor foul. And for Adair, his second personal, fifth team foul on Clovis Christian. It is a floor foul, as we mentioned. As Tayun going to check out of the ball game, and Van Beek going to check in for the Eagles. Feels strange saying Clovis and Eagles.
I know, that's true. In the same,
the same
calling
team,
the Eagles,
yes.
Calling a Clovis team the Eagles. Yeah.
Too many years calling Hobbs and Clovis. And an NBA three for Lujan, and it is too hard off the back, but the nice little tip out, and it comes into the hands of Cervantes.
Nice offensive rebound.
That was set up by Cadion's tip.
Yep.
Cadion, that's Jesus to the left block, and the 15-footer is good. The big boy shows a little touch. 47-35. And in three-pointer, Gershon, he's going to get fouled as Alex Xavier is griping a little bit. He looked like he got him, though, so his second personal, second team foul, and that will send Gershon to the line for 3 free throws. He's 2 of 3 from the line. Coach Lujan is barking
at one of the refs.
He's barking at one of the refs. I don't think Big Dog's going to take that too hard, although he's smiling.
That's all right. He's thumbs up. I got you. They're just Coach Lujan advocating for his team, getting a little passionate.
He may get a fire inspection here in a little while.
Could be.
James Williams, one of the good guys.
Definitely.
Shot is up, and Gershon gets that one through. He's got 9, leads the way for Clovis Christian.
Not very many fouls called in this game altogether, so none of the refs have been whistle happy. So, when they call a foul, they feel like they've seen it and it's worth calling.
So Gershon gets the first 2 to fall on a 3-shot foul. So now he'll bounce it out and go for the third, and it is up, and he gets all 3 of them to go. So he makes the Panthers pay. Jal still up, though, by 9, 47-38. 5 minutes remaining. Full court pressure, or at least a little pressure on now for Clovis in the backcourt.
Coach Lujan not happy about something so far, but.
Cervantes to Lujan. He'll take it into the left block and then weave through and put up a shot, but after the tip, it'll be Adair with the rebound on the far side. Gershon thinks about 3, works against Cadion. Still working in, picks up the dribble, turnaround from 12, and it is off the iron, and Jesus with the rebound, his third. So the Panthers dodging a little bit of a bullet there.
4:27 left to play in this game. I don't think they're up high enough to take their foot off the gas, but they are going to slow the pace down just a little, hold on to the ball, eat some clock.
Still a 3-possession ball game, but still half of it to go as Cervantes will take it from the right to the left and loses the basketball, but they're going to say it was tapped by Blanco as Tayun will come back into the ball game as he checks in for Van Beek, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Lujan while we've got a few moments. It is just a 30 seconds, so while we've got a moment, say a big thanks to our friends at Panther Drive-In, Panther Energy, Nana's Cafe, Delaware Water Company, Quality Transportation, the Jowl Clinic, Lavelle Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, the City of Jowl, the Woolworth Community Library, and our friends at Fulco Trucking. Great to have those supporters, and thanks to all of our Panther sports supporters here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel. Jowl Panther Sports, I believe, is its official title, and also on HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on a Saturday night final game of the Panther Invitational, the 4th annual Panther Invitational. Of course, the girls' game before this, thanks to Jimmy Jones for handling that for us, as Eunice winning 41-29 in a contentious game. You would expect nothing different between Eunice and Jal.
It's always a packed gym, and it's always passionate.
And the inbound will come to Cervantes, and they'll get it to Cantillon. Cantillon to Cantillon. To the left lane, gets it over to Jesus in the right, blocking up and in.
Yeah, nice bounce pass, a beautiful assist by Alex Xavier to Uli.
49-39, that's Jesus, and an
Jesus
NBA 3 on the way, and that is good from who else but Gershon. He's done it all tonight. That's his 3rd tray of the ball game. Now the full court man press is on. They finally get it in at the 5 as they'll get it to Nolbert. He'll bring it into the offensive zone, little stutter step. Takes it into the lane, leaves it off for Cervantes, or rather Cantillon. Cantillon, though, traveled. No, they're going to call the whistle.
Foul before.
They're going to call the reach on Adair, who's not happy. That's his 3rd personal, 6th team foul. It is on the floor.
And Adair mimicked the whole, the travel, and thinking that the travel should have gotten called before the foul.
I think maybe he tapped him. I'm going to say he tapped him before the travel happened.
And
so Lujan will inbound it to Cervantes. Nolbert, deep right corner, works against Tayun. Tayun swipes it away and knocks it out. They're going to say off of Tayun. Carter Tayun, their leading scorer, has 7 in the ball game. Leading scorer on the season, but has been fairly quiet tonight. 3.5 to go in the ball game, 49-41. Panthers up by 8. As Alex Xavier to inbound it from in front of his own bench as he'll get it in to Nolbert. Now around to Lujan. Hand it off to Uli. Uli gets bumped. No call. They wanted it on Gershon. That would have been his 5th. As Alex Xavier hands it back off to Cervantes. Gets a screen from Cantillon to the right wing. 3 on the way off of the iron. And it'll be Blanco with his 7th rebound of the ball game. And a foul on the rebound by the Panthers. They're going to call the hack foul on Jacob Lujan. That'll be his 2nd personal. Just the 3rd team foul on the Panthers.
And in the air, from our perspective, you could see the trajectory of that ball was going to be off, and it hit the rim. And then, of course, with the Panthers making a bad foul on the heels of that. However, the clock is their friend because it's running out.
Gabriel Juarez will check in. Tayun will take it off the inbound coast to coast, but misses the point-blank layup, and Lujan will have the 3rd rebound. And he is going to fight with Tayun, and Tayun going to get whistled for the foul, his 2nd personal. That is the 7th team foul, and we will take the 85-foot walk, and Jal will be shooting free throws. It is a 1-and-1 situation.
So. And that makes, let's see, 4 of 7 shooting so far in this 4th quarter for Clovis, and Jal doing better at 4 of 6.
So Lujan at the line for the 1-and-1. He'll bend the knees on the first, eyes it, skies it, and gets it.
Beautiful. Every point helps Jal at this point with 3:02 left to play in this game.
14 points for Lujan. 2nd high man for the Panthers behind Cervantes is 17. 2nd on the way, and he's got 15. He gets them both to go. A perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Hopefully that won't change, and hopefully I didn't just put the announcer's curse on anybody. So Blanco to Gershon. NBA 3, and no call that time, as I think we got a little Manu flop going there. Cervantes will have his 2nd rebound of the ball game. Trying to draw the foul into the front court with Lujan. Jacob just handed off to Nolbert. Cervantes drives in, underhands it to his running mate Gabriel Juarez, and he has his 1st bucket of the ball game. 53-41, and a timeout taken by Coach McKay with 2:30 remaining in the ball game, and it will be a full timeout. So we'll take a quick breather. This is Panther basketball. Jal up 53-41 in the Panther Invitational. And welcome back to Jowl Panther basketball here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Out of the Clovis Christian timeout, the Panthers have stretched it up to a 12-point lead, 53-41, 2.5 to go. Final game of the Panther Invitational. Clovis Christian, though, they can shoot pretty well, so they're not out of this one yet. 4-possession ball game with 2.5 to go. Tayoun to the front court, picks up the dribble, tosses it out to Gershon. Gershon pivots to Tayoun. Little push three, and it'll go out of bounds. Clovis still has time in this one, Dawn. I'm not sure why they're kind of trying to rush things just yet.
Well, they're trying to put threes up there to really cut into this lead quickly and, try to win the game.
Full court pressure is on as Yulee gets it. Gets popped in the face. No call, and he'll bounce it out to Nolbert. Nolbert turns on the Jets, gets it to the front court, and then he'll back it out. Needs a little help. Nobody was looking. Wisely hangs onto the ball until Lujan can come over and get it. And Jacob top of the arc, and then we'll back it up between the rings.
Jowl needs to just eat a little clock here.
Takes it in, a little push from 12. Not going to go, and the rebound by Juarez, his second.
Nice offensive rebound.
And an NBA three on the way, and that one is going to be short by Nolbert, and it'll go out of bounds. And last touched, of course, by the Panthers.
But it ate some time off the clock. 1:49 left to play, and they're still up in this one, 53-41.
So back down come the Eagles of Clovis Christian. And Martinez with an NBA three from the left side. That one is going to be off the mark. Trying to save it out is Blanco. He winds up 12 rows into the stands, but saves it right to the Panthers. So it'll be Jowl basketball, and a foul going to be called as Cervantes gets stuck up in a Clovis sandwich.
I think they'll call that on 10.
Yep, it will be. It'll be on Jaden Martinez, his first personal 8-team foul on Clovis Christian, and that'll put Nolbert Cervantes at the line. His first trip to the stripe. He's got 20 in the ball game, and a whale of a game. First shot is up, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and the rebound will be made by Blanco. That's his 8th. So Clovis still breathing with 90 seconds to go. Whippity Hoppin loses the ball. 11th turnover for Clovis Christian.
Nice steal.
So now the Panthers just going to eat some clock. Coach Lujan telling Jacob, just go in and burn some time off the foot of Nolbert.
Yep,
he saves it back.
Make him come to you.
Tayoun on him tight. Nice little spin move. He'll take it into the paint. Another little spin move, but wipe it off. And the travel.
They're going to call a travel on
as Coach Lujan goes down on one knee like, are you kidding me? 11th turnover for the Panthers. 1 minute remaining. So a 4-possession ball game, 53-41, Jowl in the lead. Martinez from the left wing for three, and it is good. Martinez, his second tray of the ball game. So now 53-44, and fighting hard for it. Martinez hits it and knocks it away. They're going to say Martinez touched it last. Coach McKay for Clovis was like, no, Lujan got it last. I don't know. Tie goes to the runner, so I guess tie goes to the offensive team in this case. So it'll be Alex Xavier to inbound it from between the scorer's table and the Clovis Christian bench.
51 seconds left to play.
And he'll toss it in to Lujan, who gets it right on the left baseline, and then he'll cycle it out. 45 seconds to go as Martinez will come out to challenge. Brings it from the left to the right, goes through the lane and bounces it over to Cervantes. Cervantes to Cervantes. Needs a little help and gets it over to Jacob. Jacob controls, and the reach foul going to be called on Martinez. That'll be his second personal. And so we'll shoot free throws. That is the 19th foul on Clovis Christian. Just about out of time, though. 34 seconds to go in the ball game.
53-44, Panthers leading.
And now Lujan at the line. He's got 15 points in the ball game, looking to add to it from the charity stripe. Coach Lujan getting an explanation of the foul, and the shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound, and it winds up with Jacob, his own rebound. That's his 5th, and a quick whistle called as Adair will get pulled for his 4th. That is the 10th team foul, and so now double bonus time for the Panthers. So 53-44, 31 seconds to go in the ball game. Of course, it was the free throws last year in the playoff game that kind of got to the Panthers a little bit in that 1-point loss. And now Lujan at the line. Bends the knees, puts up the first, and gets it to go. 16 points for Jacob in this one.
And we haven't missed many free throws at the line. Of course, we haven't been at the line very much. Not a lot of fouls called in this game.
No, we have not. We are right now 7 of 8.
Nice.
And now 8 of 9. So 55-44, 30 seconds to go in the ball game, an 11-point Panther lead, and Lujan tries to steal it away and somehow does. Holy cow! And then get it to Cervantes, in and out, and the rebound by Tayoun, his second. Tayoun to a breaking Gershon, and he will lay it in. And they'll push it forward with 10 seconds to go, and Lujan just going to hold it on the far sideline. The Panthers going to be content to get out of this one with a victory, 55-46 the final. The Panthers win the final game of the Panther Invitational over a very game 1A Clovis Christian squad. Jow will improve to 7-5 on the year. Clovis Christian will drop to 11-3. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap this one up. Panther basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. And welcome back. This is your Jow Panther postgame show on the Jow Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. We fill in tonight for Joxon and Adam. So the Panthers victorious tonight, 55-46 over a very game Clovis Christian Eagles squad. Quick look at the numbers. We'll just run down the scoring for you for Clovis Christian. Their leading scorer tonight was Noah Gershon. He finishes up with 16. He was the only one in double figures. Carter Tayoun was next on the list with 7. Then you had 6 points in the books for Jaden Martinez, 5 for Obi Blanco, who was their leading rebounder with 8. Then you, 7 points for Easton Adair, 3 points for Kimber Barnett, and 2 points for Noah McKay. From the free throw line, Clovis Christian goes 6 of 7 for the ball game, 14 rebounds cumulatively as a team, and they turn the ball over 12 times in the ball game. 7 in the first, 17 in the second, 6 in the third, and 16 in the fourth. That was how Clovis Christian got to where they were. For your Jow Panthers, 2 Panthers tonight in double digits. Nolbert Cervantes leads the way with 20 points in the ball game. And of that 20, and I know math and me are always dangerous, 18 of those 20 from beyond the arc.
Wow.
So 6
Amazing.
3-pointers in the ball game for Cervantes. 17 points for Jacob Lujan, who iced it down the line with 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 8 points for Jesus Catillon, 6 for Alexavier Catillon, and a bucket apiece for Gabriel Juarez and Ito Arroyo. Lujan and Alexavier Catillon leading rebounders tonight with 5 apiece, 20 rebounds as a team for the Panthers. They go 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 11 turnovers in the ball game. 15 in the first, 11 in the second, 14 in the third, 15 in the fourth. And that's how they get to their 55 on the board. So the Panthers going 2-1 in the Panther Invitational, but have been looking pretty good tonight as they get ready and closer to the district season.
Definitely, and that district season actually starts very soon for them. They play their first district game on the 17th. Then they play a non-district game or two, and then they're back at it. So they Jowl in action, though they will start district at Loving, but their next game is against Gatewood Christian on Tuesday the 10th right here at Panther Gym.
And, of course, Adam and Joxon will be back for that ball game. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. The Panthers kind of had a little back and forth affair today with the Clovis Christian Eagles, but get the win 55-46. Panther basketball brought to you by Fulco Trucking, the Woolworth Community Library, the City of Jowl, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lavelle Insurance, the Jowl Clinic, Quality Transportation, Delaware Water Company, Nana's Cafe, Panther Energy, and the Panther Drive-In. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, thanking you for being with us on this Saturday night And so long from Panther Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noel Mark Broadcasting and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.